Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Ms.TBTV. So the other day when I was talking to my grandma, I was talking to her about the various senior citizen centers that I had called, trying to get information on the various activities and things of that nature that they carry. Because, again, you all know that Grandma live with me now. And I'm trying to get her up and get her active and get her into some stuff, because I don't want her to just stay sitting and kind of being in this kind of like a catatonic state, in a sense. Not totally, but in a sense. I don't want her to just be sitting there like it's zoning out. And so I want to keep that man sharp. So I'm telling her about the different senior citizens centers that I had called and letting her know the various activities that they said that they had. Well, as I'm talking, she began to interject, and she started telling me about my cousin that had just passed. And she was saying, oh yeah, he said that he had joined the senior citizen center. I said, oh, okay then, that's good. So she just stopped, because she always saying, So I continue talking, and I'm telling her about, so grandma, they said they have arthritis fitness. I said, it'll be good for you because my grandmother has arthritis and carpal tunnel in her hands. So I'm telling her, they have arthritis fitness, and they said they have Zumba, and they have chair yoga, and I'm just going on, just naming the different activities. So again, she interjected, and she said, he said that he joined a senior citizen center, but he said he didn't go. So I was like, oh, okay then. Now I'm thinking that she's telling me that, or was going to tell me that he didn't end up going due to the various health issues that he was dealing with, okay? So I'm thinking, okay, well, it's understandable, because maybe he joined the center late in the process of what he was dealing with, so it did not permit him to end up ever being able to go. This is my thought. Well, I continued on. I'm saying, well, grandma, they said that they was asking me, do your grandmother crochet or knit? And I'm telling them, no, she don't crochet or knit. I'm letting them know I'm 51 and I actually crochet. Me and the lady, we laughed on the phone. I'm telling my grandma about this. And I said, oh, grandma, they said they have Bible study. And I said, I was letting the lady know at the one center that, oh yeah, my grandmother would love that, because my grandmother sits and, she calls on her phone to different ministries, and she'll just sit for hours listening to the ministry. She'll be sleep at night with the phone just playing, listening to different ministries. So I'm saying to her, I told the lady that'll be right up my grandma's alley. So again, she interjected, and she says to me, he said that he didn't go to the center. So he said that he didn't go because it wasn't no Negroes there. I looked at her and I said, what? He said he didn't go to the center because it wasn't no Negroes there. So, I was thinking, so y'all always gonna hear me say that. I was thinking. So when she says I was thinking, I already know she finna come with some stuff about how she not gonna do something or whatever. So I was thinking that I may not wanna go. That's how she doing, frowning in her face up. Cause it's not gonna be really many Negroes there. I said, I ended up telling her, cut. This is how I did her. Cut, nope, it's out. Nope, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. I told her, I said, because I don't want to hear anything about it not being any Negroes there. You know what I'm saying? As far as the reason of why you're not gonna go. I said, okay. I did like that. I said, okay, what do that have to do with you? Whether or not if any Negroes there. So now, man, I live in the suburb at 21 Mile, okay? As they say, we're in Michigan, okay? If you watching this and you're not here. So where she was just living at, she's like maybe 40 minutes from, or 45 minutes from where I'm currently living. So she was in the city in Detroit. Okay, it's as she say, Negroes everywhere. So she already know out here where I'm living at, oh, it ain't gonna be no Negroes. If I go to this center, I don't wanna go if it ain't gonna be no Negroes. You know what I'm saying? This her. So I ended up telling her, I say, listen, I was like, you already know that it's gonna be other nationalities or other cultures there. And I said, that's just how I go. I said, me getting you into this center is about me getting you somewhere where you're not just sitting in this house, just sitting in this, room, just doing the same thing. And I said, let me explain something to you. I said, number one, we not even Negroes no more. You know what I'm saying? And I started laughing. I said, we ain't been Negroes in over 50 years. I said, we not colors. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what she always called us, Negroes and colors. Now, I'm being kind of silly. I do understand she's 86 years old. So I understand that she comes from a different time, okay, than I do. So she's going to speak in a manner that, she grew up on. Just like I'm always saying black people. And I'm sure many people that's younger than me, maybe they saying African American. So I do understand that you're going to speak differently. But like I explained to her, I said, listen here, Grandma. I said, if Negroes, okay, kept that same mindset, I said, imagine where we would be. I say, well, imagine where we would be as a people if we kept that type of mindset of, I ain't going nowhere where it ain't no Negroes. I'm not going to do nothing that Negroes ain't never done. I'm not going to inquire about stuff that, they don't typically say that Negroes do. I'm not going to try something that colored people, is not known for trying. Do you see what I'm saying? I told her, I say, do you understand me, Grandma? I say, imagine where we would be as a people, as a race, as a culture, okay? I said, I can put it all the way back to the slaves. I said, if the slaves worried about, okay, totally concerned themselves about what the Negroes had only done, I say, hell, they'll still be wandering around the plantation right now. I said, all of them really would have just went on back to the plantation. I said, because they had never done anything. They had never done anything. That was the only life that they had known here. I say, so we wouldn't have done anything. I said, do you understand what I'm saying? She was like, And she was like, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I say, do you see what I'm saying, Grandma? I say, we as a people would have never advanced, grown, made any type of change if we stay stuck in a mindset of, I only can do what Negroes do. I only can go where Negroes go. Okay? So it made me think about a lot of many years ago. This was back in '97 when I was in the process of purchasing my first home. I was 24 years old. I was I think engaged to my second husband, and we were trying to, merge our homes. So we were looking for houses. Well, the closer it got to me basically finding the house and then starting to getting close to closing, my grandmother became very, I guess, mean towards me. She started acting real snotty. She was around in her early 60s at this time. She was real snotty, real rude. She started throwing all these insults at me. She was telling me how I wasn't gonna make it. I'm gonna get out here. I ain't gonna be able to pay the mortgage. She was telling me, and when you lose your house, you better not turn back this way. She was saying all kind of nasty, real stuff to me. So now I'm gonna back up right quick. The house that I was living in at the time Okay, the house I was living in at the time, now while I'm looking for this house, was the house that was owned by her. This house previously had been owned by her parents. Now again, this was 1997. So this house had been in our family for some generations. Okay, it's still in our family right now. Okay, this house has been in our family since before my mother was born. And so many family members, starting in my grandmother's parents and her 10 siblings and everybody, different kids and grandkids, everybody that lived in this house. This is a house that has been a safe haven for our family, where if a person finds themselves in a situation where they may need somewhere to stay, they know that that's a place that they can go. I'm saying all this to say that, and it's a 2-family flat. Let me say this. My grandmother felt like, you are already somewhere. Well, I know you're going to be okay. Okay? I was living downstairs in the flat. My mother lived upstairs. I grew up upstairs. I had been living downstairs at that time for 6 years. So from 18 until I was 24. So in her mind, she felt like, you already good, mama. You already got a stable place. Now you done got with this man, and now you feeling yourself, and you think you about to go out here and do something, and I already done made sure you was okay. Now, she was only charging me $200 a rent, $200 a month rent. Now, y'all already know. As they say, working at the job that I currently work, and I wasn't at this job yet, but I had just got into the automotive industry, so I was making pretty good money. Okay, I was working at Kelsey Hayes. So if I had stayed there and got to the point 2 years later, because in 99 I came to Chrysler, got to the point where I was making the type of money that I'm currently making, oh yeah, y'all would have been eating, okay? And she thinking, stay where you're already secure. But no, I didn't want to stay where I was already secure. I didn't, okay? We got to remember from previous talks or shows that I've had, my brother had been killed on that very street that I grew up on in 1992, April, 5 years prior, okay? And I had already made a promise to myself. At that time, I had 2 of my sons, and I was pregnant with my 3rd. I'm not living here. I'm not living here. I'm not raising my sons. This is what I'm thinking at that time. I didn't know how I was going to do it, okay? Because I was on welfare. I didn't have anything. But it was in my mind. I'm not raising my kids on this block. I'm not going to let my sons die out here on the street the way my brother had died out here on the street. So I was on a mission over the course of those years to get away from there, to create and make a different life for myself and my kids and any kids that I would have in the future. So that's what I was doing. But she didn't see it that way. Her mind was not understanding that. She didn't care about what I was talking about. You need to stay your butt right here where I know that you are okay. So again, she cussed me out. She let me know that when you lose that house, mama, don't you bring your ass back. Don't you come back. You can't turn back this way. I'm going to get a house. I'm going to let somebody else live down here. Yada, 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 yada. All of that. Now, if I was this person that did not know the grandmother that I had, me and my grandmother probably wouldn't even be talking to right now. You know what I'm saying? I would have been so upset because you wishing bad on me. You know what I'm saying? And I did say, Grandma, why are you wishing bad on me? Why are you talking to me like that? My grandma, a very strong-minded person. She was cussing at me like, hey, I ain't got to explain a damn thing to you. Do what I say, as she always would say. And then I ended up not doing what she said, and I went on. And look, I didn't end up having a life that's beyond her wildest dreams because I stepped outside of the box, okay? Stepped outside of that, I'm just gonna be for real, that little black box. I stepped outside of that little black box that she knew, or only knew of, that many of us only know of. We stay inside of that little black box, okay, that this world, that this is society, that our families have placed us in, and we stay right there like we don't realize that it's not no lid, it's not no ceiling on top of the box. You can climb right on up out of the box, and it's a whole vast world out here outside of that little black box. But many of us do not know that. Okay, imagine where we would be if we realized that it was world outside of the box. Okay, if we really did know this, you know what I'm saying? And although I had never really been many places at that time, you know what I'm saying? I grew up, I was down there on Baldwin and Mac, and them cross streets was my life. That was all I really knew. But I read a lot. Like I probably done said before. I read a lot. I love TV. I mean, I was seeing people on TV, reading about people on TV, going places and doing other things other than the things that were going on inside of my little black box. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to do that. Okay? Again, our people obviously wanted to do that. That's why when they were sent off of that plantation, they put one foot in front of the other and they kept on walking to wherever. They kept on walking to wherever, and wherever has led us to this place that we are now. Now, I'm not saying that we don't have many, many, many more things that need to be did, improved, built upon, but we definitely ain't back there. We definitely we are not back there. And if we would have stayed, if our people would have stayed with the mindset of, I'm not gonna leave because there's not no Negroes out there, we'd have still been there, y'all. We would have been what generation? We would have been what, the 7th, 8th, 9th generation of slaves? No, thank you, people. Thank you, our culture. Thank you, Negroes. Thank you, colors. I'm just gonna be for real, for realizing that there was life outside of the box. Thank you for realizing there was life outside of the box. So that's the whole point of this story. And my grandma going to that center. She going to that center. She gonna sit there with the Caucasian people, with the Chaldean people, with the Italian people, with the Hispanic people, with the German people, with whatever race, with the Asians. She gonna sit there and she gonna play some cards. She gonna do some arthritis fitness. She gonna listen to some Bible study. She's gonna get out of the house and she's gonna get out of her head and she's gonna live her life as long as God give her breath. So help me God. That's what she gonna do. Okay, that's what she gonna do, because I'm not gonna allow her to live inside of the box. I'm just not. I'm not gonna allow her to live inside of the box. Because again, imagine where we would be if our people thought that there was nothing else in this world for us but the world that was shown to us inside of that box. Okay, just imagine. So I'm about to pull up to work, y'all. I want to wish you all a safe day, a blessed day. I want you all to have safe travels, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.